Yo, RVA Rap Elite. This is the episode 61 Cypher recap. The last of two. This is like this one, and we have season finale coming up November 3rd. Make sure that you're getting your tickets for that. Give me one moment here, as always, to share this with the MCs. We got a crazy season finale loading November 3rd at RVA Boombox. This was episode 61 was a dope cipher as well. Are you typed?
Yeah, my bad. I sent this one message.
Sounds like mice running around.
Ain't no mice over here, man. Don't speak that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Got mice galloping around workspace. All right, so Ease will be joining us shortly, but for the sake of time, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right,
Well, good. Thank you, sir.
Welcome back, C Spicy.
Well, hockey shit, I'm in the crib playing with the rain. Check my phone, grown man rap, this shit is lame. You're a colonizer, and I got Cypher brain. You really said that shit, I shouldn't even give you fame. Why your ass about being the knobs, who is the evil? Turn tribal charge, kill this damn official reader. Self-proclaimed prophet, more suspect preacher. Tell me one thing, what's a guy that not believer? And these powers, they let you follow us. I'm a party mom, just to say some shit to swallow it. Mind play, running through your brain, just my nautilus. That's thirsty, but when free, prissy. I gotta eat you up inside the skin, all these while you're losing it. And feel in air, the room is you so ludicrous. You beat you with the movement. Hey, who thinks of losing it? Hopping out the cut. What's your favorite scary movie? Bitch, you'll scream too. People like Vader, that's a dead bitch, like Riddle shot. Anyways, I started like some red, so keep that piece in mind of you. It's therapy, so exit. On your high horse, cause I'm swinging to your head. See me with my business, got you insecure and jealous. Trying to find where square things that's like Texas. Hey, Patrick, what am I? If I'm rap god for Texas, just a big stupid bitch mistaking you for precious. Bad person, cause I'm rap back in my palm. Fuck it, roll in the truck with the page of the Quran. Never mind it, why you like it half naked models on the ground? When you got a what? Ain't a shit or what? praying in the mind, swear I heard this guy cry. Please don't all off. I need you to make spice stop. Walking through the gate of death, trying to ask my God. Make me sound down my verse. What make you want to tie that? Fuck these on top. There's a body in a post gate. Anything you say, like a Skyness and so fake. I'm ready to my fuck that we don't rap, we don't have no say. Please don't disappoint again. It sounded like my new was heard, just a rapper lead those days. This ain't keep my hands steady. This one for my Jewish homies. Stay slave after day. Fuck you with my rap guy. This is how you need pay.
All right. I thought that was a fire verse from C Spicy. Good, dope return. Obviously, C Spicy and Islam Rap God have a forever feud, blood feud that will never end. Constantly taking shots at each other. So Islam Rap God took a shot at C Spicy at episode 60, as well as Pharaoh. And then it seemed like on this episode,
everybody was shooting at Islam Rap God.
Everybody was shooting at Islam Rap God.
Yeah.
Started with C Spicy. I may believe maybe at least like 3 other people.
Yeah, I thought it was a good verse.
Some good punches, some good moments in there.
Yeah, you can have that. You can have that credit, yeah. It was good though.
Wait, any takeaways?
Not really. I just thought it was a solid performance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's for me personally. I felt like it started off a little slow, but he definitely like ramped up and just like started like hitting back to back. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I mean, to me, it was one of the more, I wouldn't say best, but definitely one of the better.
Yeah, easily.
Performances.
I always like when people come out like focused with like an objective, you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't always have to be dissing somebody, but like I like when somebody has an objective and then they like stick to that objective throughout. And so he came out, let it be known, and then he continued, you know what I'm saying, to back up his point.
100%. Yo, peace.
It's good.
You only missed one person, which was C Spicy.
C Spicy.
And if you remember,
yeah, C Spicy. I remember him doing good. You know what I'm saying? I always would like to hear some more variation in or progression in I guess C Spicy's flow / delivery. But he was doing his thing from what I could remember. And let me check the score. Oh yeah, y'all scored him a lot higher than I did. Yeah, I didn't think he was in that realm of the 9s with the spitters that night, but he had a solid verse from what I remember.
I can feel that. He was first for the night, so
yeah,
I was impressed with it, and hence my score. But
because Kid Deceptive got a 9 as well. I don't think they was on like the same spitter level that night type shit.
I can get with that, but I liked some of the lines that Spicy had on a punching level. I felt like he punched in a tad bit more clever way. I would like to later rhymes out. You know what I'm saying, to say that for sure, but I think that's just the perspective that I got from the verse. But I mean, from a rapping sharpness, I would say the edge would definitely have gone to Kid Deceptive.
Yeah, and not just him, but like more of the guys that are in that realm of
Right.
the 9.5 type shit. But yeah, see, Spicy, he's always definitely witted, and hella entertaining when he's up there. So
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
mm.
All right, next up. Shout out to OE Richmond. We didn't get to give him one last episode, so.
I do not belong. Like a Venezuelan magnet. All I know is murder. Like a Venezuelan giant. I am not a stigma, but you better believe I'm out here. You better watch your shit, so I have to beat it out you. I'm only 5'10", so I got that type of fury. They like easy to do sick. They don't have to try and kill me. If it isn't one thing, it's a motherfucking other. Hey, I'm talking about the struggle, no, I'm talking about the hustle. I am old school, like a Kennedy and Canada. The question if I go, but you should never see the answer. When you think of this, you probably think it's disrespect. But for me, it's not sex. In the arms, in the legs. I'm a fucking handhunter. Need the girl to give me back. Then I pick them back to you, like it made a friendly deck. Pop is still the same, not a penny less. I keep them on thick, they can do some Jenny Craig. My heart is spatula for cash burgers. Need a revolution, feeling like I'm Nat Turner. Personal training, underground railroad. Ain't about race, but you moving like a stale rope. You can't take a loss if you quit it when you sell rope. We is never gone, cause I know that you will fail rope. I don't need a 30 for the proof of 300. And you are not a god. Nigga practice means nothing. Xerxes, Titans, Medusa and my Odyssey. I am number one, so a weirdo is an odyssey. 27 I'm gonna need at least a 7 man. Anything less is like, not a death, never mind. Said I need the eye again, I left it to my fucking ring, so I need you to leave the way, cause I can't see your fucking face. Murder what I hear, it's about to be a sound clash. This is not the jungle. When I pull you under, round fast, lips gone, gator roll, count this to keep the rest. Hey, something that is close, nothing else but keep the best. I just want to kill, homie, something else to keep the best. And haters, you can see the dick, put it on some Peter Brand. That's easy. Hey, why the fuck did the beat stop? Yo, so I did the same beat.
First of all,
That
shout
was
out.
funny. I remember that, yo.
And it's funny because the same part he complained about, somebody like played off it in they verse.
Yeah, nah, it made me wonder if he actually wrote that verse to that beat. You know what I'm saying? Like if that's what the one he ended up picking.
Both Zim Digital and Sid had originally sent me one version of their beat, but then ended up sending an updated version of the beat. And the updated version had been shared in the chat multiple times, and everyone had it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess somehow he didn't get that memo.
I was laughing because I was like, yo, I mean, that's just how the beat is. Like it won't no fuck up.
So what I think what Sid is like, he had to extend the beat, and I think probably that stutter probably came when the beat got wherever the beat got extended. I don't know. But
I mean, it just sounds like some post-production, just like some extra flair to throw in there. I won't mad at it.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And shout out to Sid, by the way, because this 3 Eyes, by the way, Sid, by the way. But this is the second beat that he submitted for the Cypher, and both times they are the dominant chosen beat.
Yeah. I thought it was it's a good like Cypher beat. Like it's a good Cypher beat. I will say though, there was a third beat that was barely used that night, and it was my favorite one. And I did not understand. Like, yo, and this isn't the first time where like there's been a beat that I personally think is just crazy, and niggas is not rapping on it. And I'm like,
right.
Yo, this joint right here is like the one. Like, how are y'all not rapping on this one?
Cameron DeVille. And I think
that joint was soulful and just like hitting all the notes, and like nobody rapped on it. I didn't get it. There's like 2 people who rapped on it, I think.
Or a few of the MCs said they felt like that joint was like more of a beat to make a song on than it was to Cypher over. That was their take on it.
I don't know. That joint was painful, yo. Like that pain is Cypher. Pain raps or Cypher raps.
Facts.
Like they don't got to be all put. Like pain raps is gonna make people twist their face up for sure. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. All right, moving right along.
How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
It's my man SW and King.
It's 3 eyes, by the way. I'm supposed to be here with fucking satisfied with nothing, I'm never satisfied. So no appreciation, but I find degradation. Got a fixation on being satiated. Multitude of clothes, meaning for a purpose, though. Really mean when we close on my way, I let them close. I'm out of play. I see coaches know the game, I study coach. Take the D and up and down, how they go, this shit go. Y'all be Geronimo, got that shit don't know me, bro. I know pussy foot, I know chemical. Going overboard before I cut it close. I'm overload, just don't overdose. I can't keep the faith. I was raised by her. Chicken fast would make me wanna stick it, never get the whole glow. Pussy dog, make me wanna be a girl. Treat me out of my feel like a vehicle. All the ways I win it, like he get a brand new vehicle. All the ways I wish it, all the night, pussy, all the whipping. But this is fucking dishes now, from the world, baby. Had to play myself, I think better than sinning. Only know we finished, like on purpose, don't quit. Yeah, cause I had to get a business. I'm beginning to you can see about this. I'm beginning to you can see about this. I'm beginning to you can see about this. I'm the new addition, him a lot of different singing. Now your mama started kissing. And here's a demonstration, dollar demolition. All the ego that you're building is a true witness. Yeah. People only like you really nigga. Coming down all the stupid people. Yeah, I thought I was like, I'm gonna get my man. No, the first time doing something like this. Yeah, what's up, the RVA room? I'll mention it all. Thank y'all. Yeah.
Shout out to King. That was his first time. If I, I would say projection, get confidence. For one, these are just the basics. Like make some eye contact with the audience. Put your foot down. And say your bars with your chest, because I feel like he had some things that he was saying in there. But yeah, it just
felt like it didn't feel heavy. And I would say like enunciation, like
100%.
A lot of those like words won't really coming through clear. And it's like one of those things where like, especially as a judge, when you're trying to judge somebody based off what they're actually writing, but then you have to take extra time to kind of like question what it is they said, you might be missing the next thing that's coming along. So you just want to make sure you're like really enunciating it, and then like you said, sitting down on your words and really like saying them with your chest, nice and solid. You know what I'm saying? Like push them out with some confidence.
100%. I think that's the biggest takeaway in that one. Obviously, also, keep your memorization and stuff like that, so you can get all the way through your material. Because what you're saying also kind of can get drowned out in how you're saying it. The flow on that one also just kind of wasn't a flow that allows the lyrics to live either. It's just kind of like you're speaking low and it's like so it's like you're kind of smothering your work with the way that you're like just flowing in general. So obviously slow it down a little bit too.
Put in more hours on the raps and he get there.
100%.
Sound like he may have just like started rapping not too long ago.
Potentially either that, or it's just a different. He maybe has a different style of music that he does, where this type of environment. And, he said this is his first time doing something like this, so this type of environment for him, rap wise, may just be totally different than what.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So other styles of rap sometimes don't translate in this arena and without some experience, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how to translate, how to, switch that over or bring the strengths from what you do over into this space. It takes some getting used to. So I hope we see him in the future. Obviously, like has been stated before, November 3rd, which is a maxed out Cypher, is our last Cypher until 2026. We'll be doing some things next year, but but we won't be doing the monthly events, the monthly cipher. So if if you are looking to get on that stage and do this type of thing, I would say, work on pushing your pen and practicing in the off season. So when everybody comes back 2026, you locked and loaded. We'll be doing some things similar to this though next year. Want to do some workshops, some writing workshops, some virtual stuff, and maybe some in-person stuff. So stay tuned for that. Lock in with the team and figure out what we can offer to help keep folks pens moving in the off season.
Yeah, I had to do some timed writings challenges or something.
Yeah. Punchline workshops,
Yeah,
rhyme scheme workshops, stuff where we really focus in on particular elements of MCing, and helping people like put those lines together so they can get it. Like just, when we do the recaps, we're able to kind of speak from a high level, and be very general with our advice, but we're not able to really kind of like get down to like breaking this down for you in a way that you can learn new ways, right? So this is
so where we can participate in it as well.
Right, absolutely. So stuff like like we done similar to God tier and the classes that we've done in Virginia Union and stuff like that, but even more like focused on the writing and directly with MCs as opposed to listeners.
Right.
So stay tuned for that. But next, let's keep it going.
Rock to the coke, leave dirt, run. Rock to the coke, leave dirt, run. Hands up. Rock away, arms on the drum, he's strong, and he's like a strong, steady from strong. Except on that, why don't tell me you're a strong. Escape the NWO, water choose I see. Represent that ball, was part of what to see go. Breaking like old bones, some from the bones. 222, the number one. Do the math, no single cycles at all. I got a mighty shooting star. I strong them all, spot the ball, affect the balls. Play spinal plane on earth. He was out of order, my down the corners, I gotta be my own arms. Train speak without provide a pot. Put it in your ass, structure, so I'm not fuck y'all. I'm just 2030 after everything I shot y'all. First up, you rock on, break the other people's entry bonds. Go to his phone, ESPD in the first blood. Like on observation, action, taking the pricing. Nothing but toxic love, whatever. That's in the story, and just push more. Who's this? Now I do some coke on the two for future shot the two. Black attack, now I know I'm back. Have it at home. Get back with the witchcraft, and when I don't believe my hype up, more fans back in seems like this a body who's a punish, so I know. Another clean can show you. This is to get present. The move my cool world. It's a nice virtue. Go back, it's what you feel. You that's the way that you stay back to back. FBI still ain't the word. Everybody looking back. You want to do this for these new niggas. And you shit with your people move. Going to move. Also, so now you move the trash to back. You know, we're going to stick. I started to be the stick. Yeah, boy, this one like food. The aftermath, we go to take it back in the back. All the time, I fail, dude. You supposed to be so low, choked up, all fast food. But you can't say the nigga roll up to the go food. Rock to the go, leave her underground.
All right. So shout out to Watusi. It was also his debut. I would say,
In case you ain't know, his name is Watusi.
Right. There's, I would say, enunciation is going to be my first thing to say as well. Not in the same connection as our last MC, because clearly he was speaking with his chest and being very vocal. It's just the way they put the rhymes together. I like the abstract nature of it, but I feel like it's just a little chaotic as far as like just truly being able to understand and digest what's being delivered and what's being said. I felt that building. I know that once the mixed audio comes back, it'll be a little bit clearer, or a lot clearer. But this version of the playback is closer to what it feels like and sounds like in the building.
Yep. I liked his I appreciated the unorthodoxness with his style, and that I do sometimes like the abstract thoughts, and just to see the like creative places a person's mind can go. But yeah, it could have been tied together a little bit neater, packaged a little bit better. Like he kind of almost gave me like kind of like RZA vibes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. See, I liked him, but I just remember it was kind of hard to understand it all.
And I felt like it might have been freestyle.
If so, it was a good freestyle. Like I like his style. You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely takes me back and like reminds me of like, shit that I liked coming up. You know what I'm saying? I would like to hear more from him. And to be honest, I want to hear the mixed audio because it was even hard for me to understand what he was saying now. So I would hope that like maybe the mixed audio comes to a bit more clear because I would like to actually be able to break down more of what he's saying like objectively. But I just remember in the building, it was like a little hard to follow. And even right now.
Yeah.
I like his style though. I like his style.
Right. Likewise. And I feel like, it's, it's just in the building, I was trying to figure out what the thread was and the things that were being said. And I don't think I could identify them in the building. So like you said, mixed audio, I'm always down to see like how that translates and get it kind of like a better understanding of what the penmanship was looking like. But we hope to see you back in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know sound. I'm talking all time.
Shit.
I just fuck yo, circus humans. Welcome to humans. Underground, all around. Cameras on settle down. Out of space now, you held bound. Sell out, bow down. I gotta use that secret. What I gotta do tonight? I want that man.
Yo, I remember she smoked it, yo.
Wild guy tonight, yo.
Zen Digital on the beat.
Hi, motherfucker. You already know it's D-E-S-I, motherfucker. The fine motherfucker. You say you don't know, they must be a blind motherfucker or a lying motherfucker. P-O-T-I smoke 100 times, motherfucker. I'm a pretty old thing in my box store too. Go good in this little box table, but fine motherfucker. Cause my milkshake don't get dry, motherfucker. Don't try, motherfucker. You take what's mine, that's your right, motherfucker. Check the time, motherfucker. It's still in I-4, in I, motherfucker. Ain't no return, return to the line. God ain't got time for the motherfucker train. This is real, motherfucker. I give no fuck how you feel, motherfucker. It's the feel, motherfucker. You want that house shit, don't chill, motherfucker. What's the deal, motherfucker? You switch up shit, don't get real, motherfucker. Everything ring to the dick. You know it's hard out here for a P.I.M.P. man. I ain't got no time for them hoes. I only got time for them bread. You holler and talk about the most? I ain't heard that bitch say. These young girls tripping. They better get their game for machine. Cause these niggas is different. But y'all ain't get a shit for me. I ain't said nothing, motherfucker. I ain't said nothing but a brain. Shit. Girl, you better go and get your wallet. Shit. And nigga help you you go get hurt. Yeah. Then you make yourself some of that. Ain't like something that I see. Tell them that you got it from the stats, and they ain't taking nothing from the queen. They ain't taking nothing but a If they're like a sister, tell them go to hell. And that's exactly what they got us living in. We transcend if we wasn't for this man. Let me stop like I said, throw some shade. To remind you I'm the only thing to shine. You can say you the nigga if you wrong, but it's only true nigga if you mad. Motherfucker, this real shit talking, and I ain't got a fucking thing to prove. Tell them motherfuckers to try stand that you want to see a motherfucker lose. It's tested.
You know what her verse reminded me of? The reason I liked it, it reminded me of a flow and a pattern that Space Ghost Perp would have used. I don't know if y'all remember Space Ghost Perp, but like it, like with the beat and her way that she's rapping, it was giving me real like Raider Clan vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like I was fucking with it for that reason. And I said it's still kind of hard for me to catch everything like right here on that mix, but I remember liking some of the things that she is saying, even though she is repeating motherfucker a lot. I didn't take points off of that when we had a whole Dusty's and Krusty's joint. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I thought it was good. It's not necessarily a Cypher verse, but it was entertaining. She is still talking her shit.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, if I had, taken the points off of anything on my end, it would have been more so because it wasn't like a Cypher verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like more like a song, you know what I mean? But I definitely felt like it was dope. I like the confidence. I like the flow pattern. She did say some witty shit in there, some wise shit. But yeah, that's the only thing, was like it gave me more of like a song vibe than like than a Cypher verse.
Yeah, same here. I got more of like a song vibe from it then. But it was still cool for what it was. Let me see what was her name?
Miss Desi.
Okay, yeah. Yep. About right.
All right. Next up.
It's 3 eyes, by the way. Soon as the beat drop, y'all 2 hands and y'all be guessing the direction I'm headed in a matter of 120 seconds. So that's the weapon, that's protection when I be stepping. The best of alcoholic beverage, should I hit the second? I get my own belt, I whip fast. See the white flags in the moon. What have you? See that lady ain't pick you. That's sad. You ain't got control of your life. You can't manage. Guess what? I bring my kids through. You see me and Mikey co-parent, we got no issue. Keep it cry, go see, bring me some tissue. Put hollows in magazines to fit your issue. Load it up, black on black, grow back, homeless, fuck the ratchet, tuck, 24 years. 30 like Victor, dropping weight, ain't talking no tummy tuck. I'm spitting out this so graduated with the college. They got the honor, but you know that my boy a scholar. They got a dollar, step, I'm the mama. We ain't counting paper no more, we counting commas. Look a lot of fucked up shit. Like the ganja, headshot to the head doctor, your baby mama. Niggas like the bitch, so bitch, niggas shoot bullets in the crowd, what a monster. And these don't forget it. And I'm gonna let this shit slide with Trey on in it. We're sitting in the crib, boarding just be waiting when they taking shots to the back shots and I'm the nerve to say it. Everybody shake my hand, they all say it. How you think that they don't feel? I'm on in these niggas like damn, they don't care. They just want me to rap. These niggas homeless, but they be from the big track. How you trapping in the rap and don't know where to say your hat? You niggas bitch. Got everyone was here to witness. Everything pulling down, demolition. I pay attention and creep between the senses. Shoot, all veterans, spit up our freshmen. Pause, look out your blessings like every day you wait. Just the one amount of time is 360 days. So I pray and meditate for the other 5 straight. I hate nigga.
All right. I liked Pete Parker's flow. I like the aggression. He had some lines in there, like the "And Your Mama" line. He took a real sharp turn on Trey Authentic in that verse. Nothing you haven't heard before though. As far as like, I wouldn't say it was a clever shot, but it was a shot.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Do they have history?
I know. I was super surprised by that. That's why I said a sharp turn, because I was like, I didn't.
What did it? Do they have any history?
Not that I know of. I don't know though.
That was wild, yo. Like, he went at him crazy too. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, of course, it wasn't shit he hasn't heard before, but it was just like I don't know. I don't know their history, but if you don't have any history with somebody and you just like went that hard off of something you heard, yo, that's wild.
It's kind of wild. Yeah, that's
man, like, I would hope they have history together, like actual issues, because if you just went that hard off of like some shit you heard, yo, like that's wild. He was at his neck, like, I ain't gonna hold you. He was at his neck, like.
Yeah, I was like,
and it made me question. I was like, yo, what's this nigga? Like, I don't even recognize him. Like, where is this from? You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what Rapper Leader give you that sometimes. You get those surprises, right?
For sure.
He had not see me. Is my camera not picking me up?
Nope. Can only see a sitcom living room.
Ah, interesting. Okay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so he had a real bad stumble in there at one point, but he did pick it back up. Yeah, now we can see you,
but it's super blurry.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Okay, there's that. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know, yo. I don't know. I'll let it rock like that for now.
Yeah. I thought there was some dope lines in there. I definitely say that this version of the audio is not my favorite, because it does make it a little harder to listen. But yeah, I think that's more so is just tightening up that entire performance. Like, if you take the bad stumble out and a little bit more clarity around the rest of the verse, I feel like it would have came out even better. I mean, he got it to score. So I mean, imagine with that real bad stumble, I mean, he still got an 8.5 from me and you, and an 8 from E. So solid performance from Pete Parker. Just, next time, stick the landing, man. Get all the way through that joint.
It's 3 eyes, by the way. Grown, prolific, and it's so significant. I'll use words to tell you, but I'll sign if I can't on your forehead. Never seen finer a stamp than a 5-pound amnesty. In the lamp, 6 nails, but when they add us a line, not a church of a man for when I lay hands on, working a song through your bones, high on endorphins, find a local preacher and donate some organs, so great endorphin, my Lord been enormous, got the game laced up, tighter than a corset, of course it's a rock like I swing it in a sock, pussy, don't cut across your rock, candy, although when I talk from this stick with a shot, Monkey get wrapped right all the pieces on the block, like shit on my lap, then she came up on my cock, something harder than the fighting when she sleeping on the rock. Oh, when I was trying to do damage, I'm back to where you all and then believe me, I can't get feeling through you and anybody you stand with. How I'm fucking too last week, 4 rooms and a mansion. Yo, dog cannon, glad rappers and slamming them, straight into the same cage, you would find a vanity. Audio drop on your last screens, I'm a sampler. See your radiation for my record, it's all cancerous. You live at my side, the death, your own suicide. Please in the box and ask for the student lines. Like it wasn't other than asking you getting crucified. Understand, macho this records, I got stupid lines. You never understand just how I felt. Now you have to step back and this myself. Writing all the pauses, this endless journeys. I have to understand this is like science to be putting on the ashes flow. That's how you always go under constable. When I can keep going with a big game, my heart is go. You stop it, go. This is it, not to go. All this rap shit, yo. I'm hot to go. Y'all don't even understand, I'm unstoppable. That's the way that it goes. If you try to not go, every poet in this room know they got to go. Yeah.
All right. Intro verse. I like that verse from intro verse. But you know what it made me realize, and I feel like this is the case for a lot of the performances that we've seen so far. I know that F, you said that you felt like the Sid beat was a good Cypher beat, and I feel like it sounds like a good Cypher beat, but I do feel like it has pockets and a pace that makes it difficult for people to land their punches. If you're talking, you're muted. You're muted.
I was gonna say I agree. But when I said like it's a good Cypher beat, like it reminds me of like a Cypher beat that you would hear on like mainstream television.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a BT Cypher, like a MTV sort of.
That's why I said it sounds like a good Cypher beat. Like it has a Cypher beat.
Yeah.
Cypher beat feel. But as far as like rapping, I feel like it's a little difficult to navigate. It has these sharp sounds that kind of can drown out audio.
That can drown your vocals, but without a doubt. And you know, I always say like me personally, like if I'm gonna do a Cypher verse, like I would want to lean on a beat that's a little bit slower so that like I can really land my words and get breathing space and all of that. And so I think people should consider those sorts of things when they're picking what beat they're going to rap on. Like it's all a chess game, and it's all about like the choices you make and how they can play into your strong suits.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm glad this season we did the multiple beat choice. I wish that we had done for years now, because one element that it adds to this from an MC standpoint is beat selection.
It's a skill.
Yeah, beat selection is a skill, and a lot of MCs like that do music, a lot of artists that do music don't have great beat selection.
Like you remember when like Ross first came out, right? Like one of the main things about Ross was like, yo, his beat selection is crazy, you know, like, and like that was one of the talking points with him.
Yeah, Jay-Z's always had great beat selection. You know what I'm saying? Like always pick great producers to work
and
with.
That's not to say this beat isn't a great beat or a good beat, but it's all about knowing what works for you.
Right. No shots at all to Sid, because it's a fire beat, which is why it was picked so frequently. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think we've heard one of the other beats yet.
It's like if you're gonna rap on this one though, you might want to adjust the way that you write.
100%.
The way that you deliver your stuff.
And you might have to, and if you have to, whatever you're adjusting to, is that your style that you can shine the most in? Because there's some people that this beat is perfect for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think we've heard them yet. You know what I mean? Like I feel like others are like, this beat is hard, but it's also hard for them to get their shit off too. You know what I'm saying? In that setting. So just something to think about, because I feel like the thing about Introverse on this is I actually like the way he flowed in his delivery on this joint better than a lot of other times.
Yeah.
But I still noticed that it's harder to focus on how his punches are landing and what he's saying, even though he sounds better over the beat. And that's as hard as that, and as crazy as that is to say. There are just some beats that don't lend to punchlines, right? Like you don't lend to allowing the punch to be felt. It's like you can hear it, I hear what you're doing, but the landing of it doesn't have that same oomph, because the beat doesn't allow you that. You still have to keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? So so it's like, if you're a puncher or you're trying to punch, good luck. Because you're not going to have room to let punches land.
Unless you adjust your writing so that you're using fewer words to get your point across.
Right.
And that makes it more difficult to write to, but it could pay off dividends if you can do it.
Figure it out. Right.
Yes, you can figure it out. That beat might be perfect. You rock the room, punches are landing crazy, but you are going to have to adjust the way you're writing. You're probably going to have to say more with less.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow flow over a fast beat as opposed to trying to keep up with the beat.
1000%. But that is the art of, that's how you do it, right? Like when you're on an up tempo beat, you do a slow flow. When you're on a slower tempo beat, you do a fast flow. You can get more words in. Like that is beat selection and rapping 101. Like that is, and it's something we've never even brought up before.
Juxtaposition.
But it's something that people should definitely know. It's something that I know when I'm approaching a song or whatever. Like if it's an up tempo beat, technically the flow is slow, but it's going to sound up tempo because the beat is up tempo. You know what I'm saying? But if I spit that verse out of a slower tempo, it's going to sound very sparse. You know, so
that's a fact. But good writing in there from intro verse, good pockets, good delivery. And I think once again, the mixed version of all of these will actually sound great. And we'll be able to hear some of the content even better. But I felt like Introverse was one of the clearer individuals over this beat so far. What did he get? I'm not giving him 8.5. All right. Sid is like 10 for 10 or some shit right now.
It's 3 eyes, by the way. Now with the flame, niggas like a folk did. My phone on soap was ripping, you big nigga to a hole. I push my dirt, man, I'm gonna leave you in the cold bone. I'm coming like a broke shit. I'm a hard nigga, but I spit like a hole like bitch. Fucking behind style like ripping shit, nigga, the feelings don't fall. Fuck the big ass nigga, there's no sort of nigga, my God is spit down. You couldn't pow. Every punch down the body shot the shit and pows. I'm spitting wild to the point for this dog. But that's cool, but this nigga, be the reason you responded to everything. Like a Umar Johnson, along you in the dark when niggas like you are the strongest. My commentary's legendary, it's money to own. I'm the pillar of life, my humble hard settle in the throne. Nigga, Tyrone, find out the ready to clone. I broke the God's commandments, keep that the essence stone. I'm fully back as the bitch, nigga. Without the weapon on my son, gotta be the punch shot, nigga. That's a metronome. Let the mold is never phony, nigga. It's never the righteous. Hard, never soft. I took the head up like ISIS. And watch your body drop like the sword. Or like the vices. It's now what Sean Price life is. That's priceless. You never get tired of me. I'm like a judge of which one fight this, despite this. And focus to install. When I speak at rapid beats, I'm the fall and really gone. I'm a star in the synagogue. I'm two ball in the iron dome. I'm a strider Palestinians. The type of their home deal with type of shit I'm on. I'm in that freedom, justice, and equality. The whole time I'm like my heart. And I'm not naked. This sort of kind of shoot, these goddamn kind of see they shaking like terror dragons. The white man's the motherfucking
Islam Rap God snapped, and for a person that was getting shot at all night, that was like the perfect verse. Like he was punching in there, the Umar Johnson, the Aaron Neville line. He had a bunch of lines in there. I liked his delivery over that joint. He's always got this unorthodox delivery, and that he kind of carved that beat up. Like he was moving on there like in places you wouldn't think, but like.
Yeah, I really liked his performance on that joint. And to be honest, I liked his performance all night. Like even in the sound clash, like him, in my opinion, we didn't control the vote on that, but him and Trey St. Fauntleroy were like neck and neck. Like it was a real style clash.
Right.
But like I felt they was neck and neck. Like it's like I liked everything he was doing, and hearing that much of him in succession was like it really allowed me a chance to get a hold on like his delivery and his style and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to his Cypher verse, it was like I was even that much more tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was good. And he had me cracking up when he said that, like, it might have been in the what's it called, but it was like when that white man is the devil shit. Like, damn, yo, I was so weak, yo, especially because there was just like a group of white dudes in the front, yo, and it's just like it was so funny, fam. It was so funny.
Yo, he's always hella entertaining, yo.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and he's just always gonna say some controversial shit. Like that's just like that's like his.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like his punchline.
So I have a question real quick, and I not to pivot, but those songs that he did in the Sound Clash, are those out already, or is that from something that's coming up?
I'm not sure. I think
because I looked it up, but I like looked them up on Apple Music, but like the last project I saw was from like 2021, so I wasn't sure if.
I know he is working on something, so I think these might be new records.
Okay, I'm anxious to have those.
He said, I think it's a new project that he's putting out that he produced the whole joint.
Yeah. He has said that. Yeah, I want to hear that joint. I like that first song he did with like the horn, like the like the Casio horn over the drum. Like I was fucking with that joint. So
yeah. Shout out to Islam.
If you still watching Islam Rap Guy, like let me know what's up with that music.
Facts.
Mic check 1 2. Oh, shit sounds good. Oh, we gotta switch to so I can't use the same last time. Monkey races and shit. The same when everybody was going in, bro. Get up, look, swagger. Yo.
It's 3 hours, by the way.
Listen, nigga, and I swear another's worth taking. I grab the mic and get it shaking like it's earthquaking. Volcano erupt, ashes, dust is dust. When I spit class, it's just a must. Off the muscle, started with the struggle. Thank God that it's blessed with the hustle. Cause I never been a hater now. Doing better than you 5 niggas now. Black Thought, Doc Vader style. I use for the plans, my story unfolds. But then any blessing with a back to carry the load. And that's more than a lot get. So I use my setback to get you that I'm headed to orbit in the cockpit. Obvious that I pick the hot shit. I never want to play, I make it burn like rice stick on the sunny day. Look, you want beef, I bring the ice in. Mostly rapping, grab the mic, stop fighting like Mike Tyson. Look, the king is back, and all of y'all that's out the music making top. The hit the nigga make it gold like a piece of paper. So fuck what you do, and you say you got you in the glass and the cross, no do say it. The food ain't coming, bring the property, not this, but it came like niggas can't see nothing. And the reason why y'all ain't killing me yet, I know they call it like this, but it's just a ability check. And when it comes to shots, you know they like logos. All you want to get your one in your polo logo, or you don't know how to speak. If you cross me, you fell down under like an RVA float. See these shoes, so no carpet float. Pussy, so let me show you what the plan do. You rock with God, your arms shorter than the kangaroo, but I'm an OG in the tango when they get the suit. But your main bitch think I'm cute, so I give her that right angle. Put her legs up in that hair until her ain't fit tangle. And she feel like rockin' straight flare with a star spangle. My shoes is with it, is in the bomb. When I'm pulling out the sticks, I ain't talking at his mom. I'm a real big bitch, fucking Megadon, and I've been running shit so long I see a fucking teleton, motherfucker.
It's crazy that he said he didn't write to that beat, but he sat in the beat the best so far. You know what I'm saying? As far as like being able to like be heard.
Yo,
and
was he true? He's being truthful when he said that?
Nah, but yes, because I think that's the verse. If you remember the previous episode when we were outside and messed up, I think it's the same verse. Because I remember it. I was like, I like that he did that though. You feel what I'm saying? It's like
I definitely heard
any of it out the first time.
I definitely heard one of them lines before.
the major
Nah,
model.
that was the verse that he spit outside on Broad, but he wasn't able to get through it. But he landed it. He landed it. I wasn't mad at him for that.
Yeah, I like the way he sounded. I would say pushing the pen a little harder, some lazy lines in there, fold like a piece of paper, like a couple of other joints. I like there was a few clever ones too, like arm shorter than a kangaroo, and I like the Duce line, and there's another one that I thought was a standout, but there were a handful of lines in there that I'm like, yo, biting like Mike Tyson, like we can't, we're not going. We passed those, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that would be my only thing as far as that's concerned. But the delivery and the way he, like, his presence on that beat, I thought was like super, super dope. But I always like the way that Swapper 9 sounds when he raps. He has a very unique sound. His voice, and it always cuts through. So shout out to Swapper 9. All right, next up.
Hey, y'all.
That's the beat.
Yeah. Hannah Ashira has entered the chat. Now who is that? It used to hurt me to hear it, but now I'm over that. I had to look at the game and then remember that you never see an 8 till you on your back. I've been confused before, so I can't blame you. You see, I'm soft spoken with the aura of an angel. Always moving with love, no matter what others change to. Why would you expect that it would be when you came to? Why would you conceive of such trouble and truth? The girl that barely touched the roof is now giving you the boot. Now I never shots fired, but shoot a trigger do. Don't miss, cause you ain't seen shit. So proud to, and you think you want every pretty girl around you. Proudful, what you don't know will surely astound you. Down you, grasping for whatever you so bound to. Didn't know that they were looking me, just then I found two. Good girl, get out too. It's up to you to listen, been wanting to the woman, been like silky in it. My pride was never in it. This time I'm keeping up with these niggas hung up on winning. Nothing to prove and nothing to lose, something to witness. Tuck your purse, touch your riches, I'm wrong with monsters. All y'all see some bad bitches and that be y'all karma. Sirens turn savages and that be my honor. To eat you, the baddest shit pictures, how much the packages. But if you want to see a bad get cracked with too. They say right now the last thing, if no one can't make sense, they ain't about to know sense. Step out the way I'm more acting shit, step out the way I'm more acting again. They saying who is that? It used to hurt me to hear it, but now I'm over that. I had to look at the game and then remember that you never see an apex predator till you on your back. Beyond that, undergo all cats. I float where y'all flop, y'all where I snap. Lady boss turn thugs, but never could fight back. Only bread to wipe it. Look at that I rap and I share it.
Shout out to Hannah. I thought she was dope. Dope flow, like clarity. She when she went for the flow switch, she lost it though. That I hated to see that because I would have liked for her to get through that real clean. But I liked her performance. Would like to see her push the pen a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Give us some more, just throw in some metaphors, some complexity in some of them lines. But I just liked her approach and just the way that she was talking.
Yeah, I liked it. And for one, that was the first time I heard that beat that night, so I was hyped. But also, and for one, let me just comment on the beat. That beat gives me that like Rockefeller, like blueprint vibes, like, and that's why it can be a Cypher verse, right? Like, you think about like what they was doing on those beats, like you can just get your shit off on them joints. Like,
it sounds like you could hear it on a Clue tape. Like, it definitely was.
Yes, it was one of those. I was so surprised people weren't rapping on that, but though, and I feel you on like her like up in the complexity and giving us a little more on the lines. But she did say some poignant things, like that line about you never seen an apex predator until you're on your back. Yo, that line crumbled me, fam. Like crazy. When I heard that, I crumbled, yo, and it just says so much, like being in the position of a woman, you know what I mean, like, and having to like let your guard down, you know what I'm saying, like to be with a man, like I don't know, like it was powerful to me, like it was, especially like having daughters, like super powerful line, you know what I'm saying, and just like I feel like that a line like that comes from like life lived and experience, right? So it makes me interested to see what else she has to say. And I just hope like, she definitely like takes the time to like work on some of her technicals, like, because if she can deliver lines like that at a consistent basis with some technicals, she will be dangerous.
Facts. And she has a dope voice and like her confidence. You can tell that she's still working through the confidence part of it, but she has confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like
there's like, yeah, she's confident, but then there's like sure-footedness, right? So it's like she's confident as a person, you can tell, but it's like that sure-footedness as a rapper and as a performer is what she has to work on.
Yeah, and I think that's also coming from being in this environment and the environment being new. You know what I'm saying?
Because you can see she got a little reaction from the crowd that kind of
yeah. You gotta be ready for that. Like, yo, if you're gonna write those lines and you want them to move people, be ready for that. You gotta push through that. But good job.
It kills me whenever people, who does that a lot too. BDM does that a lot. Like she'll land a line and then like the reaction, the hit, and then she'll like laugh or like kind of.
She already knows that her shit gonna hit, yo. So she already need to be prepared for that.
Facts. But no, shout out to Hannah. That was a dope debut. I don't think she's signed up for season finale, which is unfortunate because I would definitely like to see her back again for the break.
Come back 2026, Hannah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man. Round of applause. Yeah. I know. I thought I had more people. It's just me. Damn. Oh. Hey, shit. Shit. I'm coming to 3-1, like, you know what I'm saying? Like clearance sale, Shit. Yeah. That's me, Ain't felt like this in a minute. At the drive-through 5-piece with the spinach. The way I'm finna break this shit down is systemic. Pull with the box all finished. Pull with the box all suspended. Swing the line like an elephant. Pressure on your relevance, benevolence. Give me in the past tense, harassing nigga. Knowing for crumbs at your house to break your glasses, nigga. Got 99 raps for an pack, nigga. You call yourself God, you need to stop that, nigga. I'm bad, you target. Crash through the cockpit. Clears for the hit. Leave them in the supermarket. Ain't it? It's important. There's some blood on the carpet. Arm, leg, arm, head. Roll up and spark it. What do you on the start shooter? I had to start it. Birds flying over your head, bringing the darkness. Blue in the FaceTime often. System roll around to the fire. We Boston. Gritting on the Boston. I'm flossing. This shit ain't the kids. I'm crossing. Shit get Austin. Stone Cold King Boston. Take yourself at home with a gravestone like a liar. You call yourself God and I don't fight it. Sorry, Mr. Williams, I know y'all don't like it. Forgive me for my sin, violence gets excited. The powers that be gotta see me. I'm excited. Cypher, Cypher saying that them to survive. You're united. God be my witness. I'm free as a try it. Captain in my chest. Stuff you have to hide it. Call yourself a make you honest. Hi, mighty nigga, you wanna learn of the fly. Call yourself God when you rise, when you die. Send a nigga to the floor, send a blessing to the sky. I'm going to the moon and you in the way, my God. Stepping out the tomb and contemplate, my God. You call yourself God, ain't never been that high. You call yourself God, ain't never been that God. You call yourself God, shit, I'm about to reply. Monkeys at the gate, got angels will stand by. You better watch what you say, that's where you stand by. You call yourself a God, but the devil is a lie. You call yourself God, but Steve is a regular lie. Shit. That's me though, I'm just saying.
That was a dope verse from Exit 23. Another shot at Islam Rap God. Dope verse.
Low key, I felt like that was one of his better performances, yo. And it came in the form of a diss. Like, I like that. Like, I like Exit 23 with some fire lit up under him. You know what I mean? Like, came out there with a purpose, standing up for the homies. Like, and he did his thing. Like, and he ain't mess up.
Right, he got through his.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was focused.
And I felt like he cut through that beat too a lot better than, you know, some other folks did. So like, he could be heard really clear, which says a lot. You know what I mean? That has been one of his problems in the past. Like, I feel like he's gotten over that, and more of getting through his verse now has been more of his issue. But it was dope to hear him do both.
Yeah. Hey, I just saw Islam Rap Guy's comment about the album available on his website. Yo, drop the link to that joint. Drop the link to your site in the chat. And check it out.
All right.
Well, this is my first time ever doing this.
Zen Digital on the beat.
So look to the cycle with the flow you never heard of. If you don't understand, let me know. This cycle. Yeah. Look to the cycle and I'm fire like a lighter. Look to the cycle and I'm fire like a lighter. Said I'm a writer. I just like I'm a fire. Look to the fire to the fire. Sit in this fire through this wire. Just shit like I came out the motherfucking giant. Yeah, still I shine like a diamond. Grind on like the eye of the tiger. Hey, can we start it over? Sorry. Alright. It hurts me. One thing I know that's for certain. It reverse me. That's why I deserve it. None of my confidence work me. Then I'm off the dome. I'm off the dome. That's okay. I don't give a fuck. Every day I do this shit. I get real lit. Going up real big. Sometimes I mess up. That's okay, cause I'm never gonna stumble. If I get into the field, sometimes I'm gonna humble. But one thing I know, I'm never gonna mumble. I'm in the jungle. Yeah, I really gotta rumble. Sometimes I really go hard. Sometimes I have a late start. But you know one thing about it, I really got hard. I'm hard. Yes, I'm hard. Yes, and I'm hard. I'm off the dome. And I'm off the phone. Now I'm gonna pay the back to him before I make a clown out of myself again.
Shout out to YRI. Like, she definitely was nervous. New environment, something that, I would say preparation is key in this instance. Is the better, the better you know your stuff, it helps you get past some of the nervousness that you have. But if you have nervousness and you don't know your stuff all the way, it will be a recipe for disaster. So you got to have one to counteract the other. But I did like how she still pulled through with the freestyle. She showed a lot of heart in doing that. And yeah, I would like, she is signed up for season finale. So hopefully we get to see get to hear more from her this time around. I'm pretty sure we will. Word. Shout out to Zen Digital.
Y'all having fun tonight? I like that everybody is rapping over this beat. Let me show you why this beat is going to be mine.
It's 3 eyes, by the way.
Ironic how the truth lies within you. You can only divide when unity's against you. Communion with community. Cup running over now with poems in my eulogies. Predetermined legacy. Speak a third eye, but can't see me. Fluent in their speeches, but opinions what they seek and keep peeking to the zenith with this lines for their ceiling. But my favorite rap a little way. I guess I'm over here achieving either rap or bang this in your fucking no cap. So long as those spirits intact, better tuck it. Or get the tech in you for the red pill. That's cold for piercing like through the veil. Inherit the beat grinding with his feet and whatever. Start heat, prison stone, sheep raps displayed and dismayed over beat that. Nigga tenderize, hopping grass fed, ground meat, my creeps crack. Niggas playing God, show us golden calf. So I got these 10 commandments on behalf of mistakes from missionary self-lust and stuff. This is just in God's speed, we trust, eat my dust. Take note, I never disrespected Islam far as religions. Even Egypt is Muslim. My name's Pharaoh, a topic got to mention. They wrap their heads around it yet. It's a thing called respect and teach top protect. I ain't weird, I'm a top. With an H, it's Google check. The most having architect who spoke about a Chris side. And I asked for all of that cloud to enter his cataracts. I'm correct. You bringing up that. So sisters go to check. Look at saying the word nigga. Otherwise that. Using black women for spice. You see the strange impact, don't it? You really mad that she apologized and you lost me out with a surprise. Look at the demise, Griffy and Dusty the prize. Talking outside, die where you lie. Girl, for every place you're high, keep your hands high. Feel removing organs, even more with stitches right there up. Every genre and do this, all you bitches. Misdirected, misnomers, misplaced, breast case. We're on this last time I stuck foot in this place when Mr. Monkey Man missed first. This is my African friend out of free event. She didn't teach you to be up to 6. Damn. It's like a hypocrite. I ability to be committed, admit, to protect black women. Know the naked eye, do what thou wilt, but real eyes realize real. It's Pharaoh, another way, 3 eyes.
Shout out to Pharaoh. Was spazzing on that joint. He definitely got into some pockets, was talking his shit. Dope metaphors. I like the delivery on there. Let me see what did he get? I gave him a 9. Y'all both gave him 8s. Definitely a fire verse.
I agree.
You can sit down on a few of the punches or set the punches up so they can land a little harder. Once again, difficult on that beat, but you could do it. And that, might have.
I would really like to hear that verse on that soulful beat.
Word.
Might have gave it a whole different feel too. It was a great verse though, but yeah, I agree with you on that. On sitting down on it just a tad bit more. But I do think the beat played a role in that.
Facts.
But then again, he had that line that kind of played off of the fact that the beat was produced by Sid. That third eye joint. Yeah. And that third eye line where he was just it was at the beginning of the verse.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. It was crazy. That was fire, Pharaoh. Fire.
Yeah, super fire.
Yo, what up?
Vintage on the beat.
Yo. This is the Operation Fishbowl Tournament. Crack domes and rain homes under firmament. Zionists cannot escape what is permanent. Act fly, that's why the sky get turbulent. Permanent. When the model's heliocentric and anything observed by your mind, call it intrinsic. Spit this narrative on you about your senses. That you really have heliocentric lies. Don't believe in the forecast, which is with the spell in that alphabet. So to your class, you've been indoctrinated, so your memory's trash. Therefore, I postulate you're full of empty facts. When in fact, science theoretical, scientific discredit, and they discredit you. Better chances you growing out of space out. Put your foot on the moon by taking edibles. Chill like every country with a frozen flag. In the Arctic, we ain't got those labs. If you travel and you run into snags, they be telling you better turn back. Submarines and destroyers go black. That's when the sonar blip goes black. And the classified lines go black. Human experience, hypothesize that. Yo, immortal combat. Yo, immortal combat. It's a concern about Shiva, the dance of creation and destruction, the fever, the COVID, with the vile manipulation, the precursor, birth pains, and tribulation, the false prophets, the counterfeit Jesus, walks in the steps of Nimrod, that's Jesus. Jay-Z, trying to make us believers, call himself hope, but God's son, not zero was. That's the pattern of placement at the Godhead. Satan kicked out for the same reason, a hard head. God bled the spearhead, the whole spread. King's blood, the whole gang tripping in red. That's for the kingdom, the army, the soldiers, no limit. Hallelujah, I thought I told you. When the sky roll up the scroll, it's game over. 1,000 years he reigns as Jehovah. In turn, that's a lesson that they got to learn. I can go to keep the courts adjourned. White throne, everybody gets their turn. All demons get exactly what they earn. Guilty by association, that's confirmed. They gon' make it through the stick, that's the worm. My path straight, my fate like perm. I been choose hot to catch germs. Earns immortal combat.
Fire, you know, Zim Digital, shout out to Zim Digital. He that's his beat. He produced that beat. And so he had one of the beats that was in the Cypher. He rapped on his beat. And you can, you know, he did his beat justice. Or was in the pockets as the pockets were supposed to be worked. The only thing I would say, and he scored high. I gotta give him a 9. I both gave him 8.5s. I think it did have that song vibe to it, but I don't even think it's so much the verses, but the breaking up the verses with the Immortal Combat in the middle. I feel like as he kept the pace all the way throughout, there would have been a momentum build that would have pushed his scores up over that 9 threshold.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like for one, the verse was great. I love what he was talking about.
Right.
To me, it just seemed like a song. But I fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I agree. Like, if there wasn't that break there and it just went all the way through like a long ass verse, yeah. But it's fire. Like he owned the beat, like clearly.
Metaphors and weaving the flow, you know, the patterns and all that. If that would have just continued on for like this whole 2 minutes, it would have like driven it, like the momentum would have just made it go crazy, and like it would have crescendoed. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been super fire.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be, you know, obviously I think it is a record and it is either out already or it's coming out. I think it's out already. But yeah, shout out to Zim for the dope beat as well as the dope performance.
I gotta find a link to that because I want to hear the studio version of that.
Y'all, what time it is? Yo, check it.
It's 3 eyes, by the way.
You know I do this, I'm a younger Brutus. Biggest fish I was bred to be with barracudas. They come in here with Rugas, every press on Ray Bazookas. Saying I'm the one that made them valleys out in Chattanooga. Pray to Buddha, or figure out what coming to. If she was a bitch, I'm the reason that she fucking you. Keep me out your visions with that treason that you feed it through. Or I'm making lemonade with coke that you beat it to. Be like, who the fuck that way for it? But he's like nice, and I ain't like any legend, but they type twice. My eye rise with any weapon, and they find my highlights are like I am right in this prime place. But I rank is on a different level, dog. And these top 5 standings never settle, dog. So I'm coming for that prize, not no bronze medal, dog. Only taking time to settle when I hit the epilogue. No, I'm hella raw, drop the ball, I'm telling y'all you finished. You can find me on the Olympics when I take a follow finish. See, that's all you to follow. This is God that you witness for the sights when I spit. Like it's all for the bitches, so I'm finishing that fucking prize. The luxury that I provide. Making sure it's in it fast, flash, yo, we taking pride. Like your mama pass, putting dope the ass where I ride. While your mama cooking, it's a whipping, it's like getting eyes, the really size. But it's better that you run it high. Sudden was the warning. If you need to get his genocide, one roster didn't die. Watch the records come alive. Ain't no happy endings in this script. It's been villainized. I'm killing guys. Then I'll double back to killing pride. He money as it gets. It is all because of little rise. We stop his asshole. Get me higher than the other guys. Forgetting that he told like 1, 2 too many times. The seven tries. But I'm iron in this. I've been standing in Cypher since my giant fan was pissed. I was yelling every verse. When I tried always miss. I never slip once. Working higher than the list. I'm in solid minutes. 2 minutes. Never shit. You're an ass in 2 M's. I'm the safest one to pick. Like, yeah, it looks to be anything that fits. I'm the CNC of rap elite and fame to the thing. Only way to do it me if they try to do this. Let the head up the anti of the candy of this. Come on.
It deceptive snap, man. Like you can really see like his evolution.
Yo, yeah, I was gonna say, go ahead, my bad.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say, like, I wanted to give him props, yo, because like he is somebody who like really took all of the what's the words I want to use? Critiques. Yes. He took all of the critiques and really worked on all of those things. Like I remember when like Kid Deceptive was like still doing 1 syllable rhyme patterns, you know what I'm saying? Like and rhyming like things that I wouldn't consider a rhyme because it was just that 1 syllable and the syllable before it didn't piece up right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now like he's doing like all of the things. Let me get my background real quick, man. Should get on my nerves. He's doing all of God damn it, yo. He's doing all of the things, yo. Like in terms of like the technicals, he really worked on it and honed it, and it's sounding really good, yo. Like I'm like super proud of him, and I love to see, you know, where he's come to in his journey as a writer. You know what I mean? Like it's good, and I just think he's going to continue to get better, and his scores are going to continue to get higher and higher as long as
I can't wait. He's a rapper. Like I can't wait to hear like in his mid-20s what he gonna sound like. Type shit.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, when exactly, because he's still so young. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm looking forward to 30-year-old Kid Deceptive. Like that's when he really get just when he's just deceptive at that point. He's just deceptive, you know what I'm saying? But it'll be fire.
And he just dropped a dope like 3-tracker EP featuring some other MCs from Rap Elite, BDM. I know it's on there. Real Life is on there. Cam is on there. He produced the whole thing. So shout out to Kid Deceptive. Also, he'll be making his Southpaw debut in January. So
yes, who?
I don't know.
You ain't saying it yet? Okay. Just text it to me. Nah, don't drop it yet if we ain't dropping it yet. Just text it to me.
Why are you in this tree like this? What's going on? Who took this?
That's from the music video. All right, so real quick plug. Like, I got a show with Obliv coming up this Friday, and that's from the video. Oh shit, my stove. That's from the video from one of the songs from the Brewer session. We did a video for one of them. Yeah, Nils Westergaard shot that video on 30mm film. Yeah, I climbed up in the tree. We was sniffing flowers. You know,
you never dropped it.
It was real. It was very demure, very mindful.
Right.
Yo, my shout to my daughters. They put me on.
Yes.
Yeah, it dropped though. Yeah, it dropped. It's out there. The song is called "Might as Well," and so I'm actually added that to the track list. I've been sitting here memorizing all of these Yellow Gold songs that I've never performed, and so it's gonna be a special sort of like performance. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a lot of like shit that people deem it from my catalog to be classic shit that I've never performed. So it's gonna be crazy, and that's gonna be one of them. All right, my plug is over. Shout out to Kid Deceptive. I'm gonna go check the stove.
Yeah. Fire. Shout out to Kid Deceptive. Continue to progress.
Zen Digital on the beat.
Shout out there, they wanna know what type of person my slave is. I'm nice with it. The dog shit on it, and I put that shit on the girls, they stop it. All my folks, they wanna copy. They just sit on my tongue, they sit on their phones, and we like, Jones, they really watch me. I be feel like I'm a secret. Nigga, I'm rapidly, I'm with that Gucci. I'm getting the blue, I'm getting mad. I'm showing the jetty, I'm watching the copy. You call me just to leave the guy. 25 no surgery, no Ozempic, just herbs and spices and juices and berries and greens, beef, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkey, lamb, other people in case you ain't eat no cat, the dog, baby, cross, ain't eat no hog, other one who doesn't come dead. You want to circle the blunt, you think that I'm hot, I stay not. I'm too cold, I'm hotter than what you try to like, Joe, see themselves, my up. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, no off. You can't trust me, man in my life. Do you think good better look at the look at? I'm not trying to talk They crusty, they dusty, they can't do nothing for me except they funky. I swear it really stings my nostrils is tall. Girl, kick her shoes off cause I'm feeling colossal. Big mommy got a problem, boy, it's like colossal. Trick.
Shout out to Muslima. One thing I'm gonna say is I love the confidence that she has and her comfortability on stage. Like, yo, if you think back to like when she first started, she would like really like you could tell like she was having such anxiety that it was like physically like paralyzing and like where she would start to want to like almost like be in tears at times, it looked like. And now she's smiling, she's dancing, she's experimenting with the things that she's doing from an entertainment standpoint, like that greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes, like that whole shit was so dope to me, but like it didn't get executed in the way that she ideally meant for it to be, but you could see where she was going with that. And there's like these little lines that are like clever that she's throwing in, and it's like it still needs work, you know what I'm saying? And the rhyme schemes still need work and all of that. But just the comfortability that she's having to experiment and enjoy it, even when she messes up, she's still like having a good time. Like that's really what this is about. You know what I'm saying?
She's grown a lot. Grown a lot.
I think that's a credit to a lot to what the type of atmosphere that Rap Elite provides too, because it's like we not clowning nobody if you messing up. You know what I'm saying? We not looking at you different the next time you come through if you messed up last. last episode or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's always all love. So if you mess up enough times, you gonna get that comfort level to where it's like, all right, I done messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. It's not the end of my rapidly shit. Like,
right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
it's nice to see people, you know, have fun up there and be able to be themselves without that added pressure. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. And like, though, that really means, because some people really are coming to like to shed and to express and to push themselves out of their comfort zone, and you can tell that that's what it's been for her from the beginning. Like, yo, this is not comfortable for me, but I'm gonna keep pushing myself. Like, I can't, you know, my voice doesn't carry, but I'm gonna figure out how to get it across and how to be heard. And I have things to say, and I'm just gonna say those things. It may not be the most complex raps, but I'm gonna get out what is going on with me. And that's something that I've always heard in her writing. It's like you're always kind of like getting the inside scoop on some shit that's going on or been going on, or something that somebody's doing, or a world issue that needs to be heard that's on her mind. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
how it affects, you know, women, and how it affects her as a, you know, as a human being. So shout out to Muslima, because that element of Rapidly is so important as well. And I try to tell people all the time that what we do is very rap focused on a super lyrical way, but it's also way deeper than rap. You know what I'm saying? And what it stands for and represents in people's lives is way more important than just the bars.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons.
It's a community aspect to it.
It is. That's the first, you know, and like when I talk to people about Rap Elite, that is one of the first things that I say out of my mouth is community. Because I feel like if you were to boil down the legacy to anything, it would be the community and the communities within the communities that have been built because of Rap Elite. There's so many friendships, collaborations, crews, all of that. Like, it's so, you know, it's so many different webs that have sprouted from the Rap Elite community itself, that it's kind of like immeasurable at this point. Like, you really can't put a, you know, a limit or a cap on it or say, oh, this is what this is. Like, nah, the impact is deep. It's one of the reasons why it makes it difficult to have these, you know, like the break that we're going to have. But what's exciting for me, though, is that, you know, it allows us to think outside the box and do some of the things, some of the other things that we want to do that help strengthen these communities, that we don't get to focus on because we're constantly focused on, you know, monthly events and putting people in a building and you know, that element of it, that honestly a lot of times doesn't leave a whole lot of room for other things unless you got other people working on them. So, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, assemble even a stronger or bigger team so that when we come back, we're able to, you know, walk and chew gum and pat our heads and skip on one foot all at the same time. So it's a work in progress.
Yeah, for sure.
We want to get them projects out next year.
Yo,
That's something we definitely gonna do.
see if I can dust
Shout out to
Wanski. Yo, look, check it. Yo, Jolie and Nick Cage, I've been gone, been a minute. Niggas looking for me, they ain't seen one in a minute. They write a hook, a punchline, a song in a minute. But murdering other MCs, I long for the feeling, I'll be killing. Don't know how much I have to remind you. I will point and click, I'm a graphic designer. In a battle with Cypher, it don't matter. I rip a man apart, I'm known to fuck a pussy, I'm on live. I ain't Shannon Sharp, ain't shit sweet. But all of these little pipsqueaks. Had some old beef and turned all of that shit to mince meat. Started winning and I turned all these niggas against me. My little niggas, shit, I make all of these niggas 6 feet. I heard Cam been dissing. Well, I see you, bro. No kid, but he whipped son, couldn't believe it, bro. Grown man with no mustache. He deceiving you. He looked like he borrowed earrings from Silesia. I take breaths, round to your mouth. I get your big toast. And I done spotted all of your dogs. I guess I'm playing close. Trying to win your second and third. I'm playing shortstop. You brag about the family dog. I'm shooting shortstop. I was gonna chill in this lurking disguise with a chance to beat the champ with a luxurious ride. So I took a break, watching it. Now I'm about to watch it. The young pop just fuck up your flips. I'm on the rivers. When I rap, no discussion. I'm a problem nigga. You rap, need Harry and Tubby. You done lost these niggas. I'm playing this shit like a sag on me. My lifestyle is flexing with my head is called a rich homie. I'm cold, man. I'm tired. All your shit fake. You ain't real. This ain't fly. This shit insane. You a hardcore, but I don't like it private. So watch me finish my food like you my dietitian. Don't look at the top. Don't be to give it a shot. Y'all some wannabe, Cardi B, Hickory Dickory Dock. Oh, the horribly, honestly, I'm itching to get to the top. Only 2 episodes left, and bitch, I'm itching to get to the top. Look, I'm dope, boy. My clientele be high as hell. Bars like I'm right as hell. Serving without buying shells. 75 to 804. That's where all my buyers well. Serve the hella O's from the other side like a Dell. Let's light it up.
Wansky came back being Wansky.
Facts.
Yup.
Punching crazy. It's no point in even picking out lines. There's so many lines. Mentos line. There's a lot of lines. A lot of punches landed. Then he did the flow switch. Very sharp. Yeah, man. That's another person that really found themselves on the Rap Elite stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, had a style that was, you know, was working from the beginning, but had to really like polish it to know that they would be a threat every time they step on the stage. And Wansky is one of those guys that's a threat every time he steps on the stage. He could be the guy that wins. And that verse put him in sudden death. Sudden death is his Achilles heel, though. Sudden death is his Achilles heel.
Don't be writing those verses, those extra verses.
This guy. Please mute yourself.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I'll say one thing real quick. Really, there's nothing extra to add. Like he was on his thing, his shit. Yo, I'm just glad to see Wansky back. How many episodes was he in this season, and how many wins does he have?
He don't have any wins this season. Okay. He missed. I'm not sure how many episodes he was in. He was in some of the early ones, but he's been gone for a while. And I mean, he is signed up for a season finale. Unfortunately, he's not in MVP conversation. Even if he wins this one, it won't put him in that conversation. But you know, which is unfortunate because you know he still hasn't gotten one, and he just seems like one of those MCs that's supposed to have one. He's been right there, you know, multiple times. All right.
Zen Digital on the beat.
Just last week I was at the beach. Had the piece, nigga, I had the piece. Find the keys to the masterpiece to kill whack MCs and rap elite. Aim for a 30, but I only bought 40 out. Who the best nerd rap nigga point him out? Is it 30 bird? Hit him with an early bird. Catch authentic shit, shut the gurney bird. Is it vintage to the tail and the pale light? Real life, let a nigga down like a bird. Heard the intro first, that's my turn. Old nigga, but I still pop, let it burn. Usher flock to the Lord like Corey Doss. Start keeping Islam on Ramadan. I'm a god, and these are Ramadan. Yeah, I ain't even put the armor on. I'm all in the hole with the safe smoke. Won't peace with the same with the game for. Killing keys with the green field chain for. But the pops at the op in the pay go. Bravo, 10 name flips in a row. Hope a nigga responds so we can be some more. Nigga dog, cause I don't triangles. Megatron transform to a mega dog. Came in the thing, went straight to the killing. Signature drink, straight to killer. When he sit like this, he a villain. Blanco, Diagave, no filler. No rock, no peanut, no mixed language, just shots and bars. Twist words, still drive a car. It's gonna be a couple murders up a boulevard. Billionaire or whatever we are, I still get the applause of the sex and bras. Couldn't go in the vegetable, y'all throw raps off in the digestible. My shit, I spit, give you indigestion. I take my pick over any weapon, any gadget, smash on any ratchet, any action, crash on any faction. In the rap that's high, I'm a quitter. This thing was a new world order. There's no balance tonight, I'm on point. Balance my life heart with the dark force. Balance will be my life, bet you fall for it. Somersault flip clean over y'all ports. I'll be here with the ball, make cardboard zips. I love him, the pin you hardboard. Jump!
That might have been my favorite Balu verse ever.
He was spitting.
If not my favorite, it was definitely up there. He was rapping great pocket. I wish he wouldn't have took the breaks that he took. But I felt I could get him letting it breathe. I like the shots he took. You don't normally hear him really do a whole lot of that. And I just like the way he presented it. He's like 10 name flips in a row. I hope somebody say something so I can give you some more. Like I just like the whole approach to this performance. I felt like he was super confident, in pocket, real clean.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I agree. I think one is good to see him back.
Facts.
How long has it been since he's been on?
I think episode 50.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So it's good to definitely see him back. Seems like a bit sharper, to be honest. And it was a great performance. I enjoyed it. Hope to see him back.
Facts.
He did his thing.
Hi, my name's Steven, but I go by Mr. Williams. I'm ready. You good? Shout out to Sid with the two eyes.
It's 3 eyes, by the way.
All right, my mistake. It's the I-E-2. What I'm trying to say, I see through, even kind of make people. I like to play food or three. Put your legs and say, put your height and weight. See, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I've been jumped a couple times, like double nuts, but I'm great. I once was irate, so much trust. Other strangers nowadays, you know who does it mine? Right away, like it's busy, no switch, but it's got a thick neck, we can keep kicking, covered up at time, but my wife is a sick close that she can't breathe. Big trust, made a smoke paranoid, like great beat, don't get smoked, snap them when I'm rapping, they like gangsters, take three, say peace, say please, mind striker, give it a smoke, the instrumental, touch falling off the phone like lepers, Christ rapper, I swear on the rock, I strike measure with the area top, the me is very top, each area top. Stylistically, I'm very adopted and freedom. Carry the cops and bury the doctors. Following my bus, talking on the bus, walking with my feet up, calling what I see. What's some of y'all just want me know? It's right without constantly like a pair of my boxes and carry the cops over and over. It's certainly y'all can't keep up, but I'm locked in. This is not keep up, but I'm top 10. Cypher. I eat bugs and drink blood. I'm a writer. I've been waiting since some of these young bucks with the diapers. I might have a little something like I wanted to eat much, but I keep coming up. Preach justice and right, and demonstrate repentance, faith, peace, love, and not to each other unite. Each front when I write, innovating, I kill the fake and scream up with the sign that is never basic. With ease, broke these lines, but I explore a better state of speech. It's a place that I bet I'm safe to speak, cousin arrived, deceptive aided, chasing these like three prizes, unauthenticated. A king summons, but I am the God of portals that I seek to do is real with my endeavors. Until him in his face or one in the sky forever.
All right. shout out to Mr. Williams.
I think
Always,
he's not.
yeah, definitely. The rhyme patterns, the punches. Um, it was one particular that stood out to me. I can't remember it right now. But yeah, I love the wordplay. Always great rhyme patterns, good flow. Very confident, got all the way through it. Thought it was a strong performance. I think the scores reflected it.
Yeah, I think I think this one could have been a beat selection thing that could have like pushed his verse up higher and his performance up higher.
Sure.
I think it was top notch verse, great performance. The beat kind of drowned him out a little bit in certain parts, just like the frequencies, like where his voice sits and kind of like the frequencies of that beat. It might have been crazier on that soul beat, but it was crazy verse, dope shit, man.
Like definitely. All right.
He did have a little struggle towards the end, which
Yeah, running out of breath, or was it like kind of like?
yeah, it was a little. It was like a little stumble, which kind of affected, I guess, the score a little bit, but it was still a fire verse in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Straight up and got the mic. Oh, you can hear that mic. I don't want nobody else to rap.
Well, where is Trey Authentic performance? He ain't rap yet, and he just put the mic down.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Zen Digital on the beat.
My chart is mostly Venus, but my moon belongs to Mars. More charming than the prince, but cause me harm and you'll see stars. More pressure than a diamond, level 10 on scales of hard. Feel pretty with the punches, got more hands than you the Lord. 5 finger discount, stealing hearts like the queen. I take over unannounced, life and laws who intervene. Feed my teeth into a beast where it's a dream to watch me eat. Digest me on what I speak, attesting that my taste unique. The Chick-fil-A's with a pleasure in seeds, let us shred a sharp cheddar real cut. Make them sick, super spreader, too cold, where's your sweater, probably left it in the dresser. Bird, light work, that's a feather, pristine, real stellar, too clean, no pressure. Like crunk, put 11, no, he's up in the cellar, ain't no person you was better. This my world, I create a chalk zone. Stick up your ass if you try to throw stones. Not made a glass box out of pure gold, cause I always keep it real, don't inject silicone. Now, 2 feet tall, 10 fingers, not crossed. Born to be bold, break the mold, be the boss. I steal the show like I ain't paying for the cost. Always on go, see the slip when I go. Don't be second off, but I always be correct. Really have to stop, cause the draft don't reflect. I'm a solid pig, but I gas for the decks. Not about to live with no fun, check the life. Or words on your rep, deposit that in your brain, nigga, so much more. It'll give you my frame, make so many ways, move your house down the lane. I just go for the plot, character, I'm the man. John Hancock, I always do it big. I'm always gonna declare my independence. But the firmament, do some my ascendant. Time to put my essence, my presence is evidence. Evidence of reference, no deficit or relevance. Estimate is excellent. I ain't not a pessimist, my temperament is testament. But I admit negative, cause I don't take for estimate. Push it like a twister, if you let up on my string. Flip you like a blizzard, like you do it every queen. Chasing me with scissors, but you can't, I click out weeds. Cause I float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Thank you guys.
Yo, I feel like I should have gave her an extra 0.5.
Yeah, man.
I
Like,
should have gave her extra work. She should have had a 9 on that verse. That was fire ass verse.
crazy.
Yeah, she got crazy.
Crazy. The wordplay, like the flow, like she's learned how to make sure that she stays in front of that microphone and like the projection.
I think it was how she started that maybe why it didn't get a higher score from Me personally, I don't
Maybe,
know.
but I thought it had proper pacing from the jump. You know what I'm saying? I think it just like it started like slow, but it was like she was kind of setting the tone, and then it just continued to like
Build it up.
build it up. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
was the whole perspective of it.
Yeah.
So I picked up on that.
It was a great
Not about
performance.
wasn't not about the pacing, it's just about the the content as well. Like, it just
Yeah.
got more fire towards the end, but um, still all decent scores. I feel.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I gave her 8.5, but I probably would, in hindsight, watching it back, I would have given her a 9.
Yeah,
For sure. I gave her a 9. I felt like there was like just some like really like quotable level punches in there.
Yeah.
Then that could have pushed it over to where like that 9.5, 10 area. You know what I'm saying? Just some haymakers, some real standout bars. But as far as like pure rapping, it was definitely
And
done.
she's gotten better with that pacing, like in terms of her breath control.
Yes.
And coming through clearly.
Yeah.
I felt like there was, I don't know. I felt like there was a part in there where it kind of got a little hard for me to follow
Towards the end.
but it was because of the breathing. But to be honest, like it came through better on this audio playback for me. So like I said, I would bump it up to a 9.
Yeah, I mean, I know that when the mixed audio comes, that's gonna be a crazy performance. Like it's gonna be a really dope first for her. So shout out to Rejana, another person you just see the growth, see the elevation. Is taking like the critiques and put them in play.
And she came in strong though. Like she was good off rip.
Yeah, she's been nice.
Yeah, she like came in. Yeah,
holding the mic, and, in front of her, and was running out of breath and stuff like that.
Does she have projects out? I would like to hear her like a project of hers if she has one.
I don't believe so.
Okay. This one.
I feel like I got like a running list of like the best, like the best debuters in my head, and like she's up there. I got like Kid Deceptive up there. I got CEO Wave up there. Homie from last time that when we was outside.
Oh yeah, Butter Cool.
Yeah, Butter Cool was fine.
Yeah.
Did Islam Grab Guy? He had a good first appearance, right? Because I feel like I wasn't there for that episode.
Yeah, you wasn't there.
Y'all telling me like, "Yo, you don't like him."
Yeah,
like,
Era,
that much.
Yeah, Era Hardaway.
Era Hardaway. He came through with one.
Era came through crazy. Yeah, Eric came through crazy.
That was a crazy like card scheme or something like that. It was some sort of scheme he did.
Yeah, he hopped off the stage. He was the first person to hop off the stage.
Yeah,
do his verse in the crowd.
Back in the off days, son.
Yeah, the Hoff was fire.
Nah, there's been some really dope debuts. I want to say, damn, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of dope debuts. But yeah,
people that debuted just like being like consistent, like in the top with top 8-9 scores.
Oh, Trace St. Fauntleroy.
Yeah, I said him earlier, but I think nobody heard me.
Yeah, he had crazy.
Fauntleroy, Zim Digital.
Yeah, Zim Digital. Yep. And Trey Authentic too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He had a crazy debut season.
Wonsky, very first one in the half was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've definitely had some solid debuts and people that's down and been dope. Yeah. Luxury Prize first.
Prize, yeah. Prize came through
from days. All right.
Yeah. One more verse for y'all tonight. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
We try chosen to be a start, but what we gonna knock over these walls with box closed in like a low game. Watch Moses. Y'all about to see a part of me that's dark like an arc floating. You don't know what's coming next. Your best guess is a large ocean. I'ma bring the wave like hurricanes when I start storming. It rain until ice storm. And they held on my sight. Hopeless, cause they'll never live up to these folk tales. Then I write poems is like make a pour up in his spine with psychosis. It goes on while I'm fighting focus. Even at night moments, seeing it in the promise illusions. Confusing real life choices. I might be bipolar. Flip a switch and get quite solar. Start sending niggas like boys. They fear me and I know it. I scared myself too for these years. Dealing with crying voices that just won't settle down. Surround sounding with white noises in the background of my mind. See, I've been training a cowboy. Do all that bullshit. I've renewed, I grew clairvoyant. I've been a king. I've been an heir. Royal since airborne. And my father taught me to really cherish royal. I shared this bone with my brothers, my kids. And the fan person whose hands hold me up still. The same person who all their hammers my real. They land rolling at these hills. I ran shoulders with Gio trying to hand over that baton. Trembled over and built for us, playing roles out of fields. With a man's horsepower, my will is well managed to heal. And bring us in meals at the same time. When it's up the game time, I bring the skill with still focus to win through these uphill battles. Rashing my skin, it's a tail ill, so sick a little chatter. Rashing my skin with slander and sin like with my fear factor. Factor remain a factor with sheer panic. In these cycles, we think through these past years. Travel in these trash pilots and years. Lose land field or hopes and wishes. That we pass the bills or a mass millions in that bank. So we can laugh with our peers on Capitol Hill. And we can ball down so supreme on the court. Like we bringing drills and mass bill. Not a vision intact, like the class clear. Now I'm an animal. And I'm adding to give on my last trip. The vision is adding back might be damaged. I've been rapping so mad, chill. Going no deep, like I threw me back a script to the last bill. In a coma, how they got here. I'm back for these last bills. Rappers dying like a crab seal. Sitting in a bag seal. Niggas act real. Until they in a castle that can't get.
Man, crazy.
Relentless.
Yo, his consistency is crazy too. Like he consistently delivers verses like that.
Yeah.
But yo, that's what I'm saying about that beat though. Like that's that like mixtape era, you know, like Judge Blaze, like Rockefeller, like
Just tell you our this beat choice is indicative of the times.
yeah,
Right. So like if we were in our times of coming up, like back in the 2000s, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. This is what we would have been rapping on.
Everybody would have picked that beat.
Everybody.
No, not the Sid. Like Sid's beats, fire. It's just that when it comes to like that spitting that and that Cypher element, like and getting that shit off, like that would have just been the beat that people, and it has that time period. It sounds like that time period. So that's just
like
like,
you know, like you know,
what I'm saying. So like nowadays, people are more into like different like sounds and like feels, like you know what I mean. And I feel like
I tell you what it sounded like to me. You know when the Blueprint came out and how there was like those group of songs that didn't really. Yeah, it sounded like it would be on that joint.
Right.
Yep.
They came out on Clue tapes and different joints like that. Like it sounds like if it was a whole beat, it'd be like in that vein of like show me what's that joint? This is show you how to do this, son. Like that whole era or the joint, the Clue tape joint where he like this shit sound like a superhero theme, like there's these joints like
and like the that sort of beat like allow like with the subject matter, right? It allows you to be able to jump into so many different bags. Like you can talk your shit, but you can also do a little bit of storytelling on that joint. Like it just gives you a lot of space to work. You know what I'm saying? Like you can hop in, you can pull emotional strings here and there. You feel what I'm saying? In the midst of still getting your shit off. And that sort of stuff will like move the crowd a bit more and, you know, could just help you to be more effective. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to write to that joint. It was only a couple of people to rap on that beat. But I was glad that he chose that one. And he fell right in line with it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Wordplay was crazy. Everything is dope ass verse.
We're towards the end. Are we at
About sudden death.
Oh, that is the end. That was it. And Trey St. Fauntleroy did come away with the win in sudden death.
Hold on, we didn't did Trey Authentic?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where Trey Authentic went in this because there was
He went after. I think he went after him, but he had a dope verse too. Yeah, that's the only one we haven't seen.
He went earlier. See, he's right there.
Yeah,
and like he put the mic down, but his clip ain't in here. I don't think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know who else might be missing. If he's missing,
well, I mean, we've seen the others. Like that's just the one. That's the one. It's just that one.
Is it?
I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at the list. We've seen everybody on here.
Yeah. Shout out to Trey Authentic. I'll reach out to Uno and see what happened with his clip. For some reason, it's not there, but we will make sure we retrieve it because it was a dope performance. From Trey Authentic as well. He was one of those guys that was up there at the top. But yeah, another dope cypher. The energy in the building that night was really, really dope. With the battles, the sound clash, just the whole vibe. I expect the same energy at season finale, if not even more energy. I think it's going to be electric as hell. And I think it's going to be emotional. I know it'll be emotional for me.
Just taking a year off.
Yeah, it was a very difficult decision to make to take a year off of these events. I'm sure just like others will miss it, I will miss it. I will miss the energy of it. I'll miss just the seeing people develop and seeing them show up month after month and fighting and clawing to like make their impacts. And then just also seeing the relationships that are that envelop or develop from being associated with the platform. So not hopefully, but the other things that we will do it's one of those things where I know which we haven't put certain things in concrete yet, but I know that there's the phases of Rap Elite that we will be focusing on next year will still give us those feelings and probably will take it to a whole nother level of connection that we haven't seen yet. So it's hard for me to now in my mind replace it. It's like I know it's like a thing that I know I'm missing, but I don't know about the thing that we're going to do. So it's like once we experience that, it'll probably bring us. I'm in trust that what will happen in the off season will bring us back even stronger in 2026 as far as like people being, the MCs being tapped in and also the audience being tapped in. And I think the relationships that will continue to be built and evolve during the off season will just make the whole Rap Elite platform in the city even stronger. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to not be focused on selling tickets, 24/7, 365, you know what I'm saying? And really being able to get into more of the like depth elements and the content elements and some of the, like I said, working on the projects and getting those projects out that we were, supposed to be working on. So that's going to be definitely a focus during the off season.
Indeed.
Any last words or words before we get off here and heading into, like, we're 2 weeks away today from season finale.
Hey, y'all go out with a bang, man. Like, let's see with this episode, like, no stumbles. I'm sorry if you hear that. That's my balcony door is open. I'm not sure if you heard all of that.
That shit
Yeah.
sounds like a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, it happens all the time. There's the little speedsters, you know, little civics, all with the shit on them, you know, super, you know, zipping around here. Yeah, let's go out with a bang, man. Let's try to have it like one of them flawless shows where, like, you know, don't nobody forget no bars. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, land with those the best performances they can give. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for it. You know, it's gonna be sad, you know what I'm saying, to not be able to be interacting with y'all in that sort of way monthly next year. But I think we'll do things to be able to keep you guys, you know what I'm saying,
Keep them pens moving.
engaged, keep them pins moving. Yeah. And so I look forward to seeing where everybody's at when we come back. Like, hopefully there's some crazy, awesome, good transformations, you know, and growth that occurs. It'd be interesting to see how people grow, to continue to grow on their own, you know, in different ways without kind of like having that monthly accountability there.
You know, Southpaw will still be going on, and it'll be interesting to see who gets the, you know, who is so starved to rap that they get the bug to want to hop into battle rap. You know, because that lane is available. So those who've been kind of thinking about it, but, you know, might be preoccupied with their Cypher verses every month, might want to try your hand, you know, and if that's something that you're interested in, definitely let us know. We can make that happen. So once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing up on stage. I thank my brothers here for taking the time to do this. You know, we talk about this being a labor of love all the time, but at the end of the day, I think we definitely get something from it too. We enjoy being able to, like, just take the time to sit with the craft and talk about it and get that feedback. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it keeps us sharp as well.
Yes,
My brother,
we go.
peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.